What we have uncovered and are going to lay out in front of you right now, Neil deGrasse Tyson himself could not rebuttal. I am going to hand you the direct smoking gun evidence using mathematics, geometry, and pattern recognition. For the last few years, a NASA materials scientist named Monica Jacinto-Reza was developing advanced nickel superalloys for next generation rocket engines, the kind that have to survive extreme electrostatic wind and plasma instabilities. In June 2025, as we all know, she has vanished and not been heard, no trace ever since. Right after that, shipping manifests started showing those exact same alloys being routed to a handful of very specific locations on Earth. Because what I did was, I started looking into the shipping manifests. They're all public records. I noticed this weird pattern that started to emerge after her disappearance, which you yourself can go verify. Here's what we know from public records. Resza's alloys were designed for Saturn V heritage engines and replacement Russian propulsion systems. These are not regular rocket parts. They're tuned to handle high energy, plasma discharge, and electrostatic fields. Now look at where the materials started showing up right after she disappeared. What you have to remember is these super nickel alloys, these things are all routed to different independent space agencies, different places like that. All of a sudden, all of them started being routed to the same exact places. Princess Elizabeth Land Sector, Antarctica, right near McMurdo Station, which I believe is Resza's most likely location, and I will explain later why. Groom Lake, Nevada test site area, Mount Shasta region, Gulf of Mexico offshore zone, and a few other precise coordinates. Go look for yourself. On their own, it could have been a coincidence, but when you start overlaying something else, it gets really interesting. Take the known tepe lattice, the tepes, Baalbek tepe, okay, things like there's a few of them, the 19.5 degree and the 33 degree tetrahedral geometry that shows up in planetary plasma scarring and ancient megalithic sites. If you plot those exact angles on a globe, watch what happens when you then drop the 5G and ELF transmitter locations right on top of the same map. Okay, right on top. The nodes line up with mathematical precision. Not close, not roughly. They snap into position like they were designed to fit. This same geometry appears on Phobos, the Martian moon, with parallel channels that match 117 hertz standing wave patterns from past plasma events. And if you go back further, you see the exact same resonance principles used at Baalbek, Giza, and Carnac. Granite transducers, piezoelectric grounding, stones placed on energy veins. All of it using the same frequency relationships that you will see when you lay out this map. You have to see it for yourself. So I'm hoping somebody with much better production value than myself can do it. I'm on my tablet. It's very hard for me to screen share. You can use multiple AIs to do this. You can pull up Google Maps and do it manually yourself. All right, now here's the part that's hard to explain away. The materials Resza personally worked on, the alloys built to survive plasma and electrostatic forces, are being routed directly to these same lattice nodes. The same places where the 5G ELF grid sits in perfect alignment with ancient geometry. I'm not telling you what it means. I'm just showing you the data. Run the numbers yourself. Pull up Google Earth. Plot the coordinates. Overlay the grid. Check the shipping manifests. The math is public. The alignments are verifiable. Look at the data. Run the numbers. I am just a guy who noticed a pattern. That's it. What do you see? Let me know in the comments section. But first, let me circle back to the why I believe Resza is at Antarctica. And also, this is why we've never gone further than the moon. It had nothing to do with money. The richest country on Earth who loses hundreds of billions of dollars a year, black budgets, we just didn't have the money, guys. This is why. Plasma instability. Because if you didn't have these same alloys that they are using on Artemis 2, that Resza just so happened to work on herself, going through space turns into a plasma instability, surviving, trying to hold on. That's why they never went past the moon. Why I believe Resza is at Antarctica at the McMurdo station is because there is iridium in Antarctica. And iridium holds a very, very, very special property, folks. Iridium will hold the magnetic resonance that it was formed under. So it could be 50,000 years ago, 100,000 years, whatever magnetic field, that resonance that it formed under, it will hold that forever. Unfortunately, none of us are allowed to see Antarctic iridium because it's publicly not allowed to be extracted. It's only there, we all know how that goes. What I can tell you is, based on the simulations, when I do these overlays and run these nodes, what it looks like to me is, and what multiple $30 billion AIs have confirmed, it looks like they are trying to create some sort of Faraday cage around the magnetosphere. That's all for now, folks. Happy hunting. Keep digging. Always do your own research. Don't trust me. Go do the overlays for yourself. Please.